Welcome to our latest episode, where we explore the harsh realities faced by Christians in the 15 worst countries for practicing their faith in 2024. These nations are notorious for severe persecution and discrimination, creating perilous environments for their Christian populations. 1. North Korea. North Korea is renowned for its harsh repression of religious freedoms. The authoritarian regime's anti-religious policies make it one of the most dangerous places for Christians. Believers face severe persecution, including imprisonment and forced labor, while practicing their faith in secret. 2. Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, Christians endure extreme dangers amidst ongoing conflict and social exclusion. Extremist groups and societal hostility lead to kidnappings and violence. Christians must navigate these risks with immense courage and resilience, often practicing their faith covertly. 3. Somalia. Somalia's lack of stable governance and continuous conflict create a perilous environment for Christians. The absence of security and widespread hostility towards Christians make their daily lives fraught with danger, akin to navigating a desert of persecution. 4. Libya. Libya's prolonged political instability and fragmented governance foster a lawless environment where Christians face harassment and violence. Practicing faith discreetly is often necessary for survival amid the ongoing turmoil.
5. Pakistan.
Pakistan presents severe challenges for Christians, marked by economic, social, and legal hardships. The misuse of blasphemy laws and widespread social discrimination exacerbate their struggles, leading to extreme consequences for those accused of blasphemy. 6. Eritrea. In Eritrea, religious freedom is a distant dream for Christians, especially evangelicals. The government's stringent control and repression lead to arbitrary detentions and severe conditions. Despite a significant Christian population, the state's harsh policies create a perilous environment for religious expression. 7. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia enforces strict anti-Christian policies under its interpretation of Islamic law. Christians face severe restrictions on their religious practices, including the prohibition of public worship and possession of religious materials. They must practice their faith in extreme secrecy to avoid harsh penalties.
8. Iran.
In Iran, Christians face persecution under stringent Islamic laws. The government targets evangelicals and converts from Islam with harsh punishments, including imprisonment. The strict control over religious activities creates a dangerous environment for believers. 9. Yemen. Yemen's ongoing conflict and lawlessness contribute to a dangerous environment for Christians. The absence of a stable government and the presence of extremist groups lead to persecution and violence against Christians, who must often practice their faith discreetly. 10. China. China's stringent regulations on religious practices create challenges for Christians. The government's control over religious institutions and activities often leads to harassment and restrictions, particularly for unregistered churches and groups. Despite the economic prosperity, religious freedom remains under threat. 11. Myanmar. In Myanmar, Christians face persecution in conflict-ridden areas, especially in regions with ongoing ethnic and religious tensions. The government and militant groups often target Christians, leading to violence and displacement. Practicing faith can be dangerous in such volatile environments.
12. Indonesia.
Indonesia, while officially a secular nation, experiences significant religious intolerance in some regions. Christians, especially those in minority communities, face discrimination and violence, often fueled by extremist groups and local tensions.
13. Malaysia.
Malaysia's legal and social framework poses challenges for Christians. The country's laws favor Islam, leading to restrictions on religious practices and conversions. Christians face difficulties in expressing their faith freely, with legal and social pressures constraining their religious activities.
14. Nigeria.
Nigeria, with its ongoing conflict and division between the North and South, presents severe challenges for Christians, particularly in the northern regions. Extremist groups like Boko Haram and regional conflicts lead to violence, kidnappings, and displacement of Christian communities. 15. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan imposes strict controls on religious activities, including Christianity. The government's repression of religious freedoms leads to harassment and persecution of Christians, who must navigate a repressive environment to practice their faith. These 15 countries exemplify the severe challenges faced by Christians worldwide. Their stories highlight the urgent need for international solidarity and support for those who face persecution for their beliefs. Click the subscribe button to stay informed and support our channel as we continue to shed light on these critical issues.